All right. Welcome. Thank you so much for getting on and joining us tonight on our Tuesday night group call. I appreciate you. Good to see your faces. The leaders and I had a really good chat right before this. And so I'm feeling a little amped up from our talk. They might not think that it was as great as I do, but I think it was just really fun to talk about this business and how this business has changed so much since when a bunch of us have joined. We were saying when Wendy and I and um, gosh, Cassie, when we joined, like we didn't have social media. And that was only, well, for me, 13 years ago. We started doing a conference call in 2009. Nicole's 10 years. Yeah. Um, we didn't have social media. And now, here's how we got on this conversation, because somebody said, oh my gosh, you're doing TikTok. And if you guys haven't seen, yes, I've tried. I'm putting my hand in the bucket and trying to get my fingers wet with the with TikTok. And it's I don't know what I'm doing. And talk about feeling like you make a fool out of yourself. And you know what? When you just don't care. But anyway, so that's how we got on the conversation, was how much this business has changed since we joined, and how, we truly joined. I grew up in a party plan culture. I remember my mom having home parties. I had never hosted my own home party, but I knew that Scentsy was a home party business. We joined with Scentsy being a direct sales home party business, and it has evolved into this this beast that you can run in a million different ways anymore. And we have social media, and we have all of these different platforms, and tack on a pandemic to it, we've learned how to get pretty good virtually. But it's changed. And so for me, I feel like in order for me to connect with others, you just have to try to connect with whatever's available to you. And I have to, if I need to learn how to speak the TikTok lingo, then, listen, I'm dating myself by even saying that I need to learn this lingo. But so anyway, so I was telling the directors before, I've challenged myself to get really good with Amy, the follow-up software that Scentsy has a partnership with. And I've challenged myself to try something different. And my try something different is to try to meet people in the only way that I know how to meet people right now, and that's over the internet, virtually, around the world, and via different social media platforms. So you may continue to see me do goofy stuff. I challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone and do something goofy or hard that you have had on your list. I figure I fall asleep at night falling down the TikTok rabbit hole enough that I probably have, I've been a spectator long enough. I too can try to play, I think. Not well, but anyway, how much does Amy cost? Does anybody know? I just have it auto set up. $7.99 a month, or there's an upfront.
$77 a year.
$77 a year.
Pay up front.
And it's amazing, especially because with Amy, let's talk about that for 1 second. With Amy, there is so much more functionality than for any of you consultants that have scoped out Amy in the past and haven't in a while. It has changed so much, and it is so robust. And it is, I mean, you can even, I was saying this just a bit ago, you can even issue invoices and collect payment through Amy now. I mean, how many times do you have somebody say, how can I pay? Can I send you PayPal? Or can I, if you were selling something that you had on hand and somebody says, how much is it? You can send an invoice, you can collect money through it. You can track orders. You can keep in touch with people. Anybody that you put in Amy, you can keep in touch with their birthdays. It's been amazing. So I was answering that question. I was gonna say, wait, how did I get that far onto Amy? Um, oh, Caitlin. Well, Caitlin says I'm doing good on TikTok. Now, Caitlin, I'm so excited that you're on with us tonight. Caitlin is the one who you've seen on the direct or on the Together We Sent page. She joined Scentsy, earned shooting star, has certified, and just sponsored her first consultant all within, I think it's like she's 13 days in. She didn't even have a kit for half of this. And I think in her 5th day, she sent me a picture of her closet. It's your closet, right, Caitlin?
Yeah, it's my closet. So I live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my little ones that I'm trying to get to sleep. That's why I'm not in there right now. But I went to Burlington Coat Factory and got a desk, I got a chair, I got some cool things to hang up, and then I got a printer that I put behind me. So part of my walk-in closet is my office.
And I love it. I love it. So this sweet, cute, Caitlin, how old are you? I'm putting
22.
you on 22. 22. So this cutest, sweetest, most excited girl is like showing me and reminding me what it feels like to be excited and inspired again. And Caitlin, you may not realize it, but you truly have inspired me because your excitement, you are such a go-getter. Like I've had many consultants that have joined my team that I feel like I've really had to push to put themselves out there. And for you, it just becomes natural. And why I'm telling you all this is because I think that's part of the mentality now that, it's if I'm going to do something and I'm going to sign up and I'm going to give it all that I have, and I need an office and a desk and a printer to do that from. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And I'm really, really proud of you. What we want to do tonight, and I'm so glad that you joined us. What we want to do tonight is your leadership team, want to talk about things that you guys would like to learn. And we put together, from a leader perspective, we put together a whole list of things that we as leaders want to learn and want to put together for you as well. But what I want to do is take this opportunity to ask what it is that you would like to learn for your business, because of your business, because I want to marry the two lists and we want to start providing that information and that training to you. Now, here's the thing. If you want training on recruiting, you want training on how to host a party or how to use the host rewards, or what's the other, selling tips, those training videos are on our workstation. You have an entire training library that is enormous, that you have access to 24/7, that has all kinds of trainings that are already put out there for you. So in thinking about this and what has led up to tonight, this topic, it's that how can we provide something of value other than what you can get on the training center and on your workstation? How can we provide something else of value? And I think me with my challenge to myself to get better with Amy and try to learn TikTok and try to learn Instagram Reels and try to put myself out there, I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm doing, but maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't know what they're doing on something I'm good at. And how could we help each other just be better? So what we want to do is start using our Tuesday nights to teach something that you can't get from your workstation, whether that be, how do I print mailing labels? How do I take an Excel spreadsheet of information that I got from the workstation and make that mailing labels? How do I use, how do I use Pirate Ship? How do I link social media accounts to my workstation? How do I go live on Facebook? So these are some of the things that, believe it or not, there's many of us that don't know how to do some of these things, but there's many of us on here that bring something to the table and are able to help others. So I'm going to shut up for just a second and I want to turn it over to you guys, and we can do it via the chat. Maybe that'll be a more effective way. but I see it's already, because I've already started doing that. Oh, I just did my first Instagram reel today. Good job. Attraction marketing. How to make Amy fun to do. I had a blast doing my reel. I'm guessing that says Amy. What else is it? What are something that you want to learn? And you can even say something that I've already mentioned. Like, that's okay too. And actually, I prefer if you put it in the chat, because then I can take that chat and print it and then marry it up with our list. Reports. Reports is a big one. Just like today, I mean, Caitlin had somebody that joined and she texted me and said, it's not even showing up on my dashboard. How do I know that she joined? And I'm thinking, all of us that know where to find a new consultant, it's not obvious to somebody who has never signed up a consultant before. So how do you find that? Well, at Scentsy doesn't make it all that easy, because you've got to go into reporting, then you got to go into view my performance, then you've got to go into start a downline report, and then it'll show you that somebody is in your downline. So reporting is a great one. And there's so many things that from a reporting standpoint that we can do. So that's an excellent one. What else got put in the, and Tammy, you had asked, or what was the question in relation to this? Not only what do you want to learn, but do you want to expand on?
Not only what you want to learn, but is there any tools or any documents or systems or things that you feel that your business is missing that we could work on or help you with? So not just something that you want to learn, but something that you feel that your business is lacking, or you've seen somebody else do or use that we could help you with. So in a sense, a tool or something, or a document.
You can link your Pinterest account, your Facebook business page to the workstation, and then you can share directly from. So when you click on an image in the workstation, you can share it straight to your Facebook right from the workstation. I mean, it's pretty robust and exciting. But again, without us having these discussions on things, there's a lot of cool tools out there and a lot of cool things that we aren't utilizing, or you don't know how to do, or some of us take for granted because we know how to do it. So what we want to do going forward is build in these learning modules as a part of our Tuesday night Zoom. So we'll talk about whatever the learning module is for that Tuesday night, and then we'll couple it with something that is a recruiting tactic, a sales tactic, or a hosting tactic as well. So we really want to take this time together and make it a learning experience. So tell me,
how do you ladies get your inventory up? Like, I know I have a party going on right now for my launch party, and I'm obviously going to use that to put back into my business. But how else do you how much a month out of your earnings do you put aside to put back into your business?
can I answer it?
Go ahead.
Anybody else that wants to answer it, you can jump in too. So here's what I would tell you if you and I were chatting on the phone. I would say that you're not going to put out a ton of your earnings, especially in the beginning, for inventory. The way a newer consultant builds up inventory is by doing exactly what you did with your launch. You're taking other people's orders and you're grouping them together and making it a party for yourself, and you are taking advantage of the free and half price items. That's how you build your inventory in the beginning, because you're not going to take money from your family to buy inventory to have on hand. You're going to take money that would be coming into your business. So your goal truly, Caitlin, is to collect enough orders to put in a $500 party. That is where you maximize your host rewards. So it's at a $500 party, you get $75 in free product and 3 half price items.
I think at that. Honestly, I
Well,
think
yeah.
I'm over like $600 right now.
You
for my
are.
party.
You are. And when you go to close that out, you need to talk to me. I want to make sure that you close it out right.
Okay.
But that's how you do it. You right now, if are going to be taking orders and pooling them together. It's basically like you're having your launch party now. As soon as we close this launch party of yours, you're going to start another launch party, basically. That is what you're going to do. And then every time it hits 500, we'll close it. And that's how you build inventory. You will never, ever, ever hear me as a leader say that the way to build inventory is to buy it, is to just stock up on inventory and buy it and hope that people will buy it from you. I am not a proponent of that. The easiest and best way to build up inventory, and any inventory that you're going to have on hand, I always say first and foremost is wax and some to-go items, maybe a plug-in. That's where you start, because those are the easiest, fastest turnaround products to sell. It does not do you any good if you're a new consultant, or really, it doesn't do me any good to sit on a $45 warmer and hope that somebody wants to buy it off of me. It is much better to stock lower price point items to convert them to a sale of that $45 warmer that I can order them. Does that make sense? So, does that answer? Okay.
I know I did order a couple of things like off the clearance, like I think it was 2 warmers, like the Detroit Tigers one and the Hello Spring one, just because they were like retiring or going away. But what I want to know is, am I allowed to sell them at full price?
Not if they're currently available on clearance.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to make 100% sure of that.
Yep.
But I did just grab those because I figured why not have at least 2 warmers on hand, but everything else I ordered is what, Sophie? Sorry. Take it to Nate. So I did order like a bunch of wax, and I ordered, my fiance had bought my mini fan diffuser and pods out of my kit so I could take that to work with me. And I've kind of used that as a marketing agent too, because I've had patients come in that say, oh my gosh, it smells so, because I work in a dental office. So I've had patients come in and say that's, it smells really good in here. So that I use that as like a tool to kind of, oh yeah, well, it's Scentsy, blah, blah, blah. Well, so he bought me that. So I just reordered that to have on hand, because a lot of people, I know my stepmom just ordered 3 of them and a wall diffuser.
Well, you are doing it right. You're doing it right to start off, and you and I will talk about where to take it once we close out your party.
Okay.
Melissa, I had a question.
Yeah.
That Caitlin brought up something. I thought you were allowed to sell it as a different price. Now it doesn't make sense to, because your customers could go out and find it on your page and then it's bad business practice. But I thought you can sell Scentsy for whatever price that you want to.
And that
but it
part
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
That part is true. You can always sell Scentsy for more than what the catalog price is. You cannot sell Scentsy for under what it is offered. So that clearance warmer, if you bought it for 20, you could not turn around and sell it for 15, technically, in any kind. You can't put that in any kind of print. So you can't post it on social media that you're selling that warmer for 15. You can't post it on a group page saying, but if you wanted to
sell it, you just can't. It has to be one-on-one interaction. So if you're like doing an event, you can say, ask me about my special. So yes, you can sell it for anything. You just can't
advertise that it's a lower.
Advertise it.
Yep.
Now,
and
what was I going to just say? It slipped my mind. 1 second.
But yeah, so you can, that part's true. Tammy, you're right. You can sell it for, if you want to take a $45 warmer and try to sell it for 100, go for it. But they could come to me and buy it for 45.
Now, could I do like I did this month? What I did was if you placed an order before midnight on Sunday from the day I got my kit, I raffled off the hand soap I got in my kit. Now, if I were to do that with like, say, a warmer or something else, is that allowed?
It depends on where you are putting that. Now, I know your launch party is a private group.
Mhm.
It gets sticky. It gets sticky. So I don't like ever addressing compliance issues because what technically, no, you can't. You can't say you have to place an order and then for placing that order, I will raffle off something. But it's some gray area. Let's
Okay.
read
It's an idea that I had in my head to do in my group, but if it's a no, then it's a no. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing I can do about it. And I definitely
It's-
don't want to get in trouble and like get banned from selling Scentsy or something like that.
You're so cute. Yeah. We'll it's gray area.
Okay.
Okay, let's segue really quick to tools and things you want to learn again. Like, what are things that we could provide training on in the future so that we can walk away from this meeting tonight and know that here's what our teams want. It doesn't do us any good to continue to provide things that you guys don't want to tune in for, even though you would miss us if you didn't tune in. Let's be real. Virtual party postings. What should we post for the party? Yeah, that's a good one. Or creating not only just what to post, but creating the system for posting. You've heard that a lot of people use Visibly. I have not gone down that path yet because I quite frankly feel like if I can just keep my posts in a Microsoft Word document or in the notes section of my of my phone and just pull from them. To be honest, what I do is I'll go to my prior party I've closed and just take the posts off my prior party and paste them in to my new party. I think it's all about having a system for posting, but then again, knowing what to post. Sometimes we feel like we post too much. Sometimes we feel like we don't post enough. So knowing what to post and having it so that it's like a script, kind of. And really, the only reason that I see to use a program to do that posting for you is that you can schedule those posts so that you don't physically have to be on that party page at the moment of posting. Anybody want to say anything about that or adding? I think it's just about a system. I don't have to be the only one that talks tonight. Somebody else can talk or say something.
I have a problem trying to figure out the verbiage to use on my post. Like I went into your group and I was just looking at it and it's like, you kill it with the verbiage. Me, sometimes I do. And sometimes I just draw a blank and have no idea what to say.
No, you've done a really good job. You've done a really good job. And in fact, you have to read your page, read your audience. Like if you're not getting interaction, again, I just had to have this conversation with my host this past week and say, I can't make people come to your page. I only can connect with your people through this Facebook page because they didn't respond to my contact form to get a sample pack. They didn't respond to anything that I've posted. And I did reach out via messenger to them and half of them didn't respond. And the other half said they'd order and they didn't. So it's really discouraging to continue to post interaction posts on a page where nobody's interacting but the host. And you know what I mean? So you have to read your page, you have to read the party. And if I'm getting a total engagement, I find that I'll post more. And if I'm not getting any engagement whatsoever, of course, I feel like, now mind you, I still post because how you do anything is how you do everything. So I still post, but it's so much more discouraging. And then when you get engagement, you're like, oh, I can continue to post and it feels good because it feels like it's not for nothing. But the bottom line, what I'm taking away from this is we having a script, having a system, having I'm all over the place with this. Sorry. we have a script and we had a party folder all put together. The problem is that when you have a script, when the catalog changes, it becomes outdated. Your images become outdated. When a product sells out, it becomes outdated. And I think that's where we fall into we fall into losing those resources, because as soon as they become outdated, if we don't update them, it's no longer good. So, but being able to share why, do we start a thread on the group page that is, or not a thread, but maybe where's some place that we could all collaborate and put party posts in, and they don't have to be in any particular order, but like, let's say like on my party page, and Caitlin, this is the one I sent to you, a picture of one of the stock images from the workstation of the dog, promoting the dog line. And then I asked the guests, if you have a dog, share a picture of your dog. And that actually got engagement. But just having that post so that when we needed to go out and grab a post in no particular order, but that post is written for you, that graphic is written for you, could it be in an album? Could it be? I don't know. Tell me, could it be?
So if you make an album in the, I don't know, at the Together We Scent page, if you can make an album of pictures, but I think if you were able to post a picture to there and then under the description, put what you want to say or what should be said under that post, then you can just copy and paste. And then
what do we think?
What I would do is change the verbiage just a little bit, because Facebook will block you and put you in Facebook jail if you're using the same verbiage. And I learned that from selling colors.
This is for a Facebook party, like if you were doing a Facebook party. So I just had a couple and I was like all over the map and I have notes everywhere. So I wrote down what I wanted to post every day. And then I just am writing notes. So if we had I don't know, if we made a picture of what, you do the warmers and the wax and the warmer of the month and all that stuff, you do that. And then somehow collaborate that together. Here's your warmers. Here's what you say about the wax. Here's what you say about this. It would make it helpful, but I just go into my old parties and I copy my paste.
Same.
But for new people, I get it. We need somewhere to start. So,
well, and not only new people, I mean, wouldn't it be nice to just have it as a system that's part of the reason I dread setting up my next party, is because I'm
yes.
I gotta go find
write it all down. I'm I've been doing this for so long, I finally need to just write it down.
Yep. And here's the thing. With the album though, here we go again with, as soon as the new scent of the month and warmer of the month comes out, you got to get rid of the old one out of the album. Somebody's got to replace it with the new one. And it's really truly about the upkeep of a system like that. I don't know what the answer is.
It goes to that continuity binder we were talking about, that you and I were talking about.
Yeah.
With the hyperlinks to the things that are very easy to update.
Yes, but that doesn't answer our question at this moment.
I'm not sure the name of the lady that made
have something.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Caitlin?
I'm not sure of the name of the lady that was saying she had wrote everything down, but would you mind sharing that? Just as kind of a guide for me to kind of make my own template.
I can take a picture of it and send it on over.
Perfect.
Thank you, Becker. She'll just post it right on Together We Scent.
That's good too.
Perfect. And Tammy, to your point, yes, that's what we're working toward to try to achieve, is a more systematic manual. I say that loosely, but strictly, manual for us. That's once again why we're tying it back to, what do you want to know? What do you want to learn? What tools do you need? Do you have a welcome anything for when somebody joins your team? What do you send them? If somebody joined your team tomorrow, what would you send them? Do you have a a welcome script, a welcome box? Do you have, Kaylin, I know you're smiling because you got somebody to join and you're like, I have no idea what to do. That's okay. You and I will get to that.
Yeah, I was like, I
We will-
didn't even know that was a thing.
That's, we
He's even
will get to,
laughing.
yes, we will get to that. But that's what I mean. Like having these kinds of systems and things. So it's like, okay, somebody just joined. Here's exactly what I do. And I do it the same way every time. So that I'm making sure that I'm not, oh shoot, where's that piece of paper? Oh, I remember somebody having a training on that, but I can't remember where to find the training. Oh, I was going to do that, but I didn't get around to it. So your leadership team is working on developing that, but in the short term, we still have Tuesday night Zooms coming up. We still have ways that we want to provide learning experiences. Nicole, I saw your hand.
So traveling back to Word document, et cetera, something that worked for me last catalog, but I will admit it's a total pain in the ass to switch it over to the new season, is when I did my first party, I then copied and pasted every single one of my posts and labeled them post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4, post 5, whatever, in a Word document with my information for each post. And then I actually created on my computer a folder for all of my fall winter photos. And I labeled in my Word document, like post 1, like images. These are what they're labeled. This is what the name is. Because how many of you have ever saved something to your computer and you think you know what you saved it as, but you can't find that anywhere? So I literally copied and pasted whatever it was I called it into those different boxes. So it was real easy to kind of just copy, drop, and do my parties.
And realistically, is it too much of us to ask of ourselves and our businesses to update that file twice a year? No, but it is one more thing for us to do. But isn't it funny that we're like, oh, but it's a pain, but during the catalog season, it really works for us. So I don't want to forget to ask this. Does anybody have a document that tells how much each of our products lasts? Room spray lasts this long. Somebody have that? Can you please send it to me via, because I don't want to tell you to post it on Together We Scent and then 5 of you post it, or you could. But I, once, like Nicole said, cannot find what I named it. And I want that document for how long. Oh, you shared a file in the meet. Cassie, I can't with you. How long does it last? How do you do, Cassie?
Saved in my pictures on my computer. I don't know how accurate that one is. There's one I had that I did not like a whole lot, but you could play with it and change.
Yeah, Carrie, magic.
So where can I, like, if I'm looking in the catalog or on the dashboard, is there somewhere I can look to find like how long each specific thing is supposed to last? Because I know I've asked you a couple of things because people have asked me and I'm like, let me find out.
That's why I'm getting this for you right now. I'm getting this for you.
Perfect.
Because
search FAQ on the workstation, there'll be a lot of different product info and there'll be some long does it last and different information of questions that a lot of customers will ask you about things too.
Yeah. But not just Caitlin. We need this information. And if it needs to be updated, then we need to update it. And this is the kind of thing that when a new consultant asks us, hey, is there anything like this that exists? Or, hey, can you tell me? We should be able to go to one place and get that information. And again, and it's just like Nicole said, I don't remember what I named it or where I filed it because I've got, so, okay. All right. So we're almost at the top of the hour and I don't want to keep you too much longer, but was there anything else, any other tools, anything else? I know another thing was, graphics again, how to take a picture of something and put words on it and post it. How to, how do you not have a filing system? Oh, I am not the queen of organization. You got me. I got you fooled. Anybody that knows me knows. That's why I got a
organized.
This is why I got a Cassie.
Melissa puts on a good show for us.
1,000,000%.
She knows what she's
Fake
doing.
it. Hey,
She makes
fake it.
fake
Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. I got a filing cabinet.
I'm
So-
organized on certain things,
Yeah.
but when it comes like this, I'm organized on 100%. But when it comes to knowing where all of like certain of my clothes are or all of my kids' stuff, like it's a struggle daily.
It's a functional dysfunction.
Lists on lists. I got lists on lists. Okay, Amy raised her hand. Nicole raised her hand. Nope. Nicole lowered your hand. All right. This is like Hollywood Squares. It's like beeping in for Jeopardy. Amy, what you got?
So my suggestion was maybe go over like an automatic posting option, like maybe like Post My Party or something similar to that. Because I think once people see what it's about and how to use it, that it builds the value. And I mean, for $9 a month or whatever, it's totally worth it, in my opinion. And then also maybe like going over quick sale. Again, until I learned about it and I was years into the business, I had no idea about it. And I just really regret the fact that I used to do all the paper spreadsheets when now it's all in my iPad. It's super easy. And I never have to like really go back and re-update it because it's always updated every time I get a new order in. And then also another suggestion is what to do on the daily. Like if we could have a list of things that are recommended, not required, like post on your regular page, post on your VIP page, check for website orders, like whatever, make up hostess packets, create samples, like things we could be doing weekly or daily or whatever. Cause I think it would make all of us more organized if we had like a good, solid list to go off of.
And see, hold on. That beast exists. Personal business, PRV activities, now it doesn't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but it is a whole list of personal business, PRV activities, personal business, prospecting and sponsoring, personal business, customer service, leadership, recognition, leadership training, leadership communication. So this is, again, not mandatory, but the things on this are hand out samples, book parties, do your follow-up with Amy, go live on Facebook with a product, contact organizations for fundraisers. These are all the PRV activities that are opportunities, right? You don't have to do them all. Let's see, prospecting, flip a party host into a teammate, have 10 opportunity conversations, pass out opportunity packets, create social media posts, share the opportunity with a friend, follow up on leads, customer service, your thank you cards, sample mailers of scent of the month, fun mail for online orders, Facebook live videos, birthday cards.
That's amazing. That is like all inclusive.
It's all inclusive. I will post
Can we
this
have
right
that?
after. Yes.
Yeah. And then
I will
maybe even
post
do like
this.
a Zoom or like a half a Zoom or a topic or a subject or something about like walking newbies through maybe like what each one of those mean or how to do it.
Maybe this will be the part 2 for next week, because I knew that so when I put in the graphic that this was part 1 of 2, it's because I knew we would come up with one thing that we could kick off with next week. Why don't we talk about, here's the business activities that consultants are doing. Here's your list. What do you think? That's next week. And that will be this beast. And we can build upon it if need be. But this is all of the things that consultants focus on. And you could then take this and build your own Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Here's my activities that I'm going to do. Yeah? You like it? See a couple nods? Yeah? All right. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm not going to post this tonight. I'm going to get it ready for us to share next week, and then we'll have it ready to be posted next week. Awesome. Can we include in that priorities for those of us newbies? Yes. Who have to try, try one or two things at a time and see what works. Which things should we try first? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think when you look at this, you'll be able to see, even if you're newer, you'll be able to see, I mean, right now there's not that many events to find. But and maybe you don't want to host an open house, even though that's on this list, but with COVID, nobody's hosting an open house at the moment. However, you can send text messages or thank you cards or birthday cards, or, you can take a look at from the income or from the PRV activities, you'll be able to look at that list and be like, okay, well, these are the things I can't do right now. These are the things that seem more important. But absolutely, even maybe starring the ones that are like, this is what you should be doing. No matter what, like, this is what you should be doing. Cool. All right. Anything, I will take this chat transcript. So if there's any last minute things, put them in there now before I close out the meeting in the chat transcript. But there's
Hi. He's been dying to say hi to you guys this entire video, this entire Zoom. Hold on. There you go, John. Say hi. Hi.
John. He's so cute. All right.
Hi. Good night, Sophie.
Thank you so much. Thank you for getting on tonight. Thank you for helping us build this list. And I'm excited about teaching and training on things that you aren't going to be able to find on the workstation. You guys are the best. See you on Thursday night if you join us on shift. If you're not in accelerated leadership, please, our Thursday nights are completely different than our Tuesday nights. And you never know what you're going to get from any of these meetings. And it's just great to be part of this community. Thanks, you guys. See you soon.